Hi, I'm Michael Reed. First of all, I want to thank you for helping Kerry Colburn become the next MP for Oakville in Ottawa for the Conservatives. Today I want to talk a little bit about scrutineering on Election Day, which is a very important job, and thank you for agreeing to scrutineer. First of all, the polls are opening at 8:30 a.m. and they're running till 8:30 p.m. and you should arrive at the polls approximately 8 a.m. in order to make your presence known to the returning officer. You will be required to sign in when you arrive, and you can watch them prepare the boxes for the election. Please note that this is actually a paper ballot election. There is no tabulators being used. That's just to let you know. The other thing that when you go, you make sure that you, as I said, sign in, watch for the boxes. And then when you leave the polling station after that, we are using a C2G software, which you'll be giving a login. That is to track the votes for the day, so the campaign can determine who has voted and who has not, so they can get, obviously, the people who haven't voted out. I suggest that you go throughout the day and check on the paperwork and check on the polls. Make sure there's no election material at the polls on the day of the election. If there is, please bring it to the attention of the returning officer. If while at the polls you see there is any irregularities in the election, please call Carol Baxter at 647-409-7346 and report anything to her. The other thing that might happen is at the beginning of the election, the returning officer may allow you to initial the tape that is on the boxes. If you're given that option, we suggest you doing that. Obviously, maybe a blue color with your initials. And when you return back to the polls throughout the day to check on that, if the seal is broken, then obviously you will know that would obviously be an irregularity that the campaign would need to know. Lastly, when it comes time to the vote, please get there at about 8 p.m., half an hour before the polls close, and then make sure that if there's any votes that are of concern, that you obviously advocate for Kerry. The last election, there was one vote in particular I remember, is that the vote was for our Conservative candidate, but the person missed the box with their check mark. The Liberal scrutineer was trying to argue that that vote should not be included. I advocated generally by stating what was the intent of the vote, and of course, so that vote was then included. If you have any questions during this video, I'm happy to take your questions. Michael Reed is my name again, 416-802-0518. Thank you, and let's paint Oakville blue.